Connor Dewar too. He is just like, and Brandon Duhaime, fucking rights. He looks so good.
How sad are you that he's going to be gone after this year?
Shut up. Shut your goddamn whore mouth.
Go back to your home on Whore Island.
Go back to your home on Whore Island. When they both fought, I was like, they both scored the other day. I was like, let's go. Two of the funniest goals ever.
Be honest though, like, have they really looked that good 5-on-5? Or are we all just buzzing and excited because Duhaime's fighting people and because they're both putting up points on the shorthanded opportunities?
Yeah, fair enough. I think for me, they've been important in important spots, whether that's 5-5, but it's mostly that PK stuff where, like, when they're making those plays too. Like, I also just love, obviously I love Duhaime, but I love the way Connor Dewar plays hockey. Like, he is such a pain in the ass, and he is a good hockey player. And, like, he's quick, he skates well, he obviously defends very well, but he does have that, like, he's very smart, and he's a good offensive player too. That's why I just, like, love Connor Dewar, and the fact that he can do what he's doing now in, like, a fourth line limited role. That's what I think is huge for them, obviously.
Okay, but big problem. Like, do you think the two of them are content being fourth liners?
I don't really know if it matters if they're content being fourth liners.
I don't mean this year. I mean when it comes time to re-sign them versus having them go somewhere else for a new opportunity, especially because you're going to have to squeeze the pennies at this point. Like, how much of an impact does that have that they are kind of pigeonholed to the fourth line? Not just this year, next year too.
Yeah, I mean, that's a question for them, I guess. But if they get the opportunity, like, if someone's going to be like, "Hey, we'll give you more years, more money, and a bigger opportunity," if then, like, they go, I'm like, all right, well, that is what it is. I also still think that they've got plenty of players who can, like, who are coming up that'll be able to do that stuff or play the same way. So
to an extent,
I'm not really. It doesn't even cross my mind, if I'm being completely honest, because I also have seen them, like, in a pinch when they were really down bad a few times last year. There were times where they both went up into that third line role. Like, Duhaime, whether people want to admit it or not, is a very skilled player, and, like, he actually plays.
That's all, like, the more reason that I make the comment.
Right. Well, I think I wouldn't even look at it.
I think he's, like, a middle six forward, likely a third liner for the next, like, 4 years for wherever he is.
Right.
And I think Dewar fits a similar profile, especially with his, like, two-way ability and how effective he is at killing penalties. He is the guy that has been prototypical for Pittsburgh over the last 20 years. Throw him on the third line. He's got enough there to, like, not hinder a line offensively, but he provides defensively, and he's going to do great things on the penalty kill. That's all you need for a third line center.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, again, so, like, all fair points, but at the same time, those aren't even things that I even begin to, like, think about, really, just because no matter what, they're filling that role here. They're playing great, and, like, they're a huge part of this team. So, like, also there's plenty of guys who I'm sure have opportunities to go elsewhere. But they love it in Minnesota, and they'll stay. And, like, we'll see what happens as time goes.
Those guys that love it and stay are playing in more prominent roles. It is different.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I just, like, not even those thoughts don't even, again, begin to even, like,
you're blocking them out of your brain. That's what you're doing. You just don't want to think about them.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's a self-defense
mechanism. I still think if they're too good for your fourth line and they're playing on your fourth line, that's good. Like, that's where I'm at. Like, they're a very good fourth line, and if they have opportunities to go elsewhere, like, that happens constantly here in Boston too. Like, where then all these guys end up leaving, and whether they sign big tickets, sometimes they get better roles, and it doesn't pan out for them, or it does, and it's like, hey, it's great. We still have, it's at the end of the day, it's a fourth line role. So, but it's good that they have the upside of being able to be, like, used when called upon in, like, a higher spot in that lineup. So it is what it is, though. They've still got plenty of talent in the pipeline too, or if they do get better offers, or they just can't
Sure, but let's
those offers, then it's fine.